Hi everybody, it's me, KR Bankston. Welcome back to KR's Story Time, aka Baddie Stories. Tonight we're going to read again from the book Interception. This is a romantic suspense novel that's available in ebook and paperback from my site, www.krbankstononline.com. But before we get into that, let's take care of the legalities. This is not a book intended for children. It has adult situations, adult language, sex, sexual situations, drug use. It has sexual assault triggers. It has violence. It is specifically written for adults so that you can take that into consideration and be very mindful when deciding whether you're going to read it or let a younger person read it. So, again, we are going to be reading from Interception, my romantic suspense novel. Tonight we're going to read a little bit about Julian and Madeline. Julian, if you'll recall, is the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens that has a thing for Gianna, and he's been trying to figure out a way to get close to her, and he's been telling her, about himself and everything, and how much he wants to take her out, and what a good guy he is, and how he's nothing like any of the men that, she may have known in her past, whatever. Well, the one thing Julian didn't bother to tell her was he had a girlfriend, Madeline. And Madeline is, shall we say, Madeline. And she is our surprise element when she pops up on Julian tonight in this scene at his hotel room while he is back in the city of Atlanta trying to get close to Gianna. So, Interception, romantic suspense novel. Let's get to it. Surprise! Madeline smiled brightly when Julian sleepily opened the door. His eyes snapped open, seeing the woman standing in front of him. You're surprised speechless. Coming inside without invitation and dropping her bag by the door, she continued to chuckle. Julian frowned deeply, his back to her while he closed the door. Why is she here? Fuck. Forcing the smile, he turned around and greeted her. Why didn't you call, baby? Madeline being here would ruin all the headway he made with Gianna. Truthfully, Julian had an epiphany in his pursuit of Gianna. He wasn't in love with Madeline like he tried to convince himself. He wanted to be free of her. Well, if I called, then it wouldn't be a surprise, silly. She smiled that stupid smile he hated, but pretended he loved. Julian couldn't believe how cruel fate could be. He finally found a woman that embodied everything he ever asked. Now the devil herself had shown up to wreck it for him. How did you get my room number? He never gave it to her. Since she wasn't coming, he could think of no plausible reason she would need it. Oh, I called Drew and he gave it to me. Madeline calmly relayed the information, starting to undress. Julian was livid. That motherfucker. He could see the grin on the agent's face as he gave Madeline the room number. Drew knew it would effectively ruin any contact with Gianna. Julian was determined, though. Some way, somehow, he was going to get rid of Madeline and continue to spend time with Gianna. They spent a wonderful evening at the bistro, laughing and enjoying the karaoke performers. He even managed to talk her into coming on stage with him, being Tina to his Ike, as they sang one of their hits. I can't let her get away. Now naked, Madeline stepped to him, kissing his chest softly. I missed you, baby. Julian fought the urge to frown. Sighing evenly, he forced his thoughts off Gianna, allowing his manhood to have its way. Madeline sank to her knees, gobbling his growing erection. Bringing him to full attention, Madeline smiled at her handiwork and pulled him to the king-size bed, pushing him onto it. Julian smiled a little. She kissed his lips, climbing atop him. I need you so bad. Wait, let me get a condom. She gave him a quizzical look. We don't use condoms, Julian. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Is there something you need to tell me? She stood beside the bed now, hands on her hips. No, don't start. His erection began to wane. Don't start? We've been dating for months and sexing like crazy, but now all of a sudden you want to use a condom? Madeline took a breath, then resumed the rant. You're messing around on me, aren't you? Pulling out the tears, she became even more dramatic. Julian, completely flaccid at this point, rose from bed, putting on his shorts. I'm not going to fight with you today. Grabbing the almost empty bottle of cognac, he poured himself a shot. It didn't matter that it was only 10:45 a.m. Julian needed something to calm his nerves. You're going to tell me the damn truth, Julian. Just leave me alone, Madeline. Hell! She slapped him hard across the face. Fuck you, Julian. I don't have to put up with your bullshit. Grabbing her own clothes, she hastily dressed. Good. Take your stupid ass back to Baltimore. Pissed about the slap, he crossed the line. I didn't ask your flat ass to come here in the first place. Madeline's eyes tapered and her face turned deep crimson, reacting to the insult. Whatever, you asshole! Heading for the door, Madeline hurled a few choice words of her own. By the way, stud, Braden's dick is bigger, his tongue is longer, and he fucks way better than your tired ass. Madeline walked out of the door, slamming it. Julian threw the bottle at the closed door, shattering it once it contacted with the unyielding plaster wall. Nasty ass white bitch. Forcing himself to relax, stung by the declaration, Julian realized he was once again free to pursue Gianna without interference. He smiled at the thought, deciding to take a shower and call her. The loud knock at the door startled him. Julian sighed deeply, hoping it was Madeline again. Julian Wyatt? This was a nightmare he didn't need. The uniformed officer eyed him calmly. Nodding slightly yes, Julian got a very bad feeling in his gut about the purpose of his visit. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to come with me. Julian immediately tensed. Why? Sir, there has been a complaint called in about a domestic incident and the woman says she was assaulted. Julian frowned deeply. Madeline's revenge, no doubt. He knew the police would immediately believe her claim without even getting his side of the story. I never touched her. The man sighed slightly. Sir, we have to investigate the allegation. I'm sorry. He saw enough domestic cases to know real from fake, genuinely believing the man. Still, it was his job to act upon any complaint called in. Can I get dressed? The officer nodded, following him inside the room as he quickly threw on his jeans and polo shirt. Grabbing his wallet and cell phone, Julian told the officer he was ready. They both walked out of the door, headed for the elevator. I hope you've enjoyed this little insert and you'll go and check out Interception over at my site, www.krbankstononline.com. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope that you'll hit that subscribe button up in the top right corner or visit one of my many sites. I'd love for you to come and join me on Patreon and become a part of the Baddie family. But one thing I definitely know for sure, that if you give me the opportunity, bet I can make you love a bad guy. Have a great night. See you next time.